Hi, I'm at the tail end of a project and I wanted to show you a couple of things about yarn, and also I told you about tying off the yarn to continue. So let me show you those couple of things. So here's a skein of yarn. This is a 5-ounce skein. You can see the right there. And yarn comes with two ends. This one that's wrapped around the middle here. Let's see, can you see that? There we go, wrapped around the middle. Right? Yeah, you want to leave that wrapped around the middle. That's the end of the yarn. What you really want to do is find the end in here that pulls out. Oh, and of course I pulled a skein where I can't find the end. There it is. I think I found it. Yep, there it is. This is called a pull, this is called a pull skein because you pull the yarn out from this middle end. All right, and I had to dig this out. Let me show you another one. Here's a loose end over here. I keep forgetting where the camera is. There we go. That we're not going to use. And see this end, there we go. You have to look for that little thing and pull it that way. You want the pull skein because you don't have to ball. I know everybody shows you balling up the yarn. You don't have to do that, and it's really inefficient when you're working. I'll show you that as well. So you get that end, and I think I'll just use this one I've got. I'm working on another shawl for a friend. So there's the end. So I'm going to take this end, and I'm going to take the end from the pull skein and put them together like that. And I like to do a little knot like this. That's how I knot it. Pull it through. There we go. Did it go through both ends? Yeah. This wasn't the best, but okay. That wasn't my best knot ever, but okay, there we go. Probably because I'm doing it for the camera. All right, that's not too bad. I don't like it to be too long, but it's knotted. And this is the pull end, right? I like to put that there, so I can pull it out. And because it's the beginning of the yarn, you have to pull a bit out because it won't just flow. But once you get a few of the things in, oh, and I pulled that one. So once you get a few of the rows or a few of the stitches going, this will pull better, so that you don't even have to pull stuff out while you're crocheting. You can just pull it, it'll just flow from the yarn itself. So let's see, am I in the camera? Yes. So this is double crochets, but I'm doing this across each other, so it makes that stitch like that. And double crochet in there. Okay, so once I'm going to crochet until I get to the knot so I can show you tucking it in. So just hang in there with me while I crochet. Yep, you can see me. Okay. And here. And across. There we go. Pull. All right, and this one I'm gonna try and go past the knot. There we go. That's not the best place for that, but I guess I can work around that. So what I like to do once I've got a knot somewhere is work it into the stitching. So like I'm gonna do another double crochet. I'm gonna keep the knot behind my needle, go into the space I need. But then when I pull the yarn, I make sure the ends of the knot are tied into that. So there's one. So there's the ends, right? And then here's the second one. And now I'm going to do this crossover. There we go. Now, see, the ends are still there. So I'm going to do my stitch with that behind the needle, go into the space I need, make sure those are down and behind the yarn that I'm going to wrap around. Can you see all of that? Yeah. There we go. So now I've tucked it in to my work, right? And I'll do the other cross stitch because that'll help it stay in place. There we go. All right, now, so the knot went in over here, but see, it's tucked here now in the stitching. So, you know, it's hidden away. So when people look at the shawl, they're not going to be able to see that row. And then, you know, later when I'm looking at everything to make sure everything's tucked in, I might want to go and tuck these more into the stitching below it. But for now, that works for me. It's out of my way, and I can keep crocheting. And I can continue with my yarn. That was it for now.